There's definitely going to be some interesting transitional period with AI. More and more jobs are going to be lost. That's inevitable.
It is.
And unless I think the government steps up, and this is where I think the government can be very useful, is to restructure resources where you redirect them. Let's say the AIs, because they're cutting so many jobs, you have incredible efficiencies.
Yes.
And unless those are pocketed in just a few pockets and not redistributed, you will create this huge gap between classes, and you will create all sorts of problems. But if they will use the efficiencies to restructure economy, that would be hugely beneficial. Even if it comes down to universal income or whatever it is, I'm usually not for those type of
You and I are on the same page, but
however, what do you do when you no longer need to work?
How do you displace that many people, and what does that look like? I mean,
there will just not be enough jobs. That's a fact. So I think but it will create incredible economic efficiencies. So that's where possibly some semblance of socialism might actually be useful.
And you and I are on the same page with that, right? Like I feel the same way. But in that scenario, what do you do? I don't have an answer to.
I think universal income.
That's the only thing I can see being a potential, way to solve for that very big issue.
I just actually heard, again, I don't know, it's hard to verify what's true or not anymore with AI. They're making up stuff.
Videos, all of it.
But I think this is legit. I have to do some research on this. I've heard that Trump is trying to create, I forgot what it's called, American Learning whatever thing.
Okay.
You heard this?
No, I haven't heard this.
Basically a government college education program.
Okay.
Where they will, I hope I'm not quoting like complete nonsense, but this is what I heard. They will tax the colleges that are overcharging, whatever they're going to do. It's find ways to pull money out of them.
Okay.
Create this government education program, leveraging AI, all the knowledge, and accredit it. And make it free. So you can have education for free, essentially, through the government, which is an interesting proposition if they can pull it off.
I feel like I get more, out of technology. I like doing my own research than I ever did previously.
Oh, now you don't have to be an expert in anything. You have the phone. Like, you don't even need to go to, doctors are still, they need to touch or whatever. But if you want to have information, it's like you have it at the tip of your hand, like boom, touch, and you got it. And
interesting idea.
In fact, like when I'm hiring people now, you know what I'm looking for?
What are you looking for?
Not even like crazy knowledge, education, or experience. I'm looking for people that show up on time. That have decent work ethics. Honest. Those are the fundamentals, because if they show up on time, they can sit through the whole day. And be honest about what they've done during the day. They can be experts in anything. I can teach a high school student, to be almost like a PhD professor in physics. Just leverage AI. But if you don't show up on time, or you're lying to me about what you've done during the day, then it's not going to work.
It's interesting that that's the barrier now.
Just be a decent person.
Show up, do your job, be coachable, ready to learn, try and contribute, right? It doesn't require as much, and it's harder to find, unfortunately. I'm hiring too. So I'm always trying to bring on, new talent and help shape people as, the next generation tries to come up in a business that's going to be substantially different than the one I've been in for the last, 25 years. Our business, just like all of them, we're going to get disrupted by this for sure.
In what way? What do you think?
There'll be less of a need for as many mortgage loan originators. I think AI will create efficiencies where, at least at a scale like a West Capital Lending, we have 1,200 or so, give or take, mortgage loan originators. A lot of these people have, relationships, but a lot of this is also, direct consumer marketing that happens online. Customers fill things out online. It triggers a form. We make a call. We try and find solutions to help solve for their issues. So when you look at large scale, non-bank lenders, call centers, as we've called them over the years, that might buy, leads from a lending tree, for example. We will need less people to answer the phones to get in front of those leads. AI will probably make a phone call, will reach out. The chat bot will do a lot of that communication, which I'm already leveraging now, and it's getting pretty good. I came in the other day, I had a client that did not speak English. So with our tech stack, certain things go out when the lead comes in, there's an immediate response. My AI bot, the person responded in Spanish. The AI bot recognized it was Spanish and had an entire conversation in Spanish, all the way to the point of answering questions outside of things, that are related to, pricing loans and things that AI is not obviously licensed or capable of doing. But I could go then and translate all that and get back on the phone with this person, and already know exactly what they're looking for, all in Spanish. I didn't have to do anything.
Wow. So, that cuts out a lot of the, let's say, quote unquote, assistance.
Correct.
But not the principal people, the key people like yourself that are licensed and doing like the heavy lifting. But
yes,
at what point you are replaced and I am replaced, let's say in your field.
Yes.
When is AI ready to do from A to Z? I don't think that's far off either.
I don't think it's far off. I think this business is still going to be relationship based. I think AI is the greatest opportunity for this shift transition to occur.
Let me ask you, why does it have to be relationship based?
On one of the largest financial decisions people will make, they still want reassurance from a human.
That's interesting.
Now,
emotional,
but that's today. As we become more and more in tune generationally with communicating directly with AI, will we become more comfortable with it and not need necessarily that handhold or that let me just double check with my years of experience to make sure? AI has never bought a home, right? But you have. So walk me through some of this stuff. So I think for the time being, and with realtors, they're not going to want to reach out to AI. Hey, I have this customer. Here's some of the challenges. How do we solve this? But I think in time, generationally, that could change as people get more comfortable communicating directly with AI.
So I think almost inevitable, but I do like where you're heading with empathy and emotional support. I think that is a very human thing. That might be harder for AI to recreate. But from knowledge point of view, the experience to buy a home, I think that's easily solvable. AI can go through the whole, I think, scenario from A to Z. Everything is digital now.
Yes.
You can buy the house. You can communicate with all the necessary parties. Will it feel you?
Yes.
And cater to your feelings? That's probably where, but you can have maybe...
It probably will. I mean, it's learning, right?
Over time.
It will. And I feel like, if you communicate enough with AI, it starts to understand you, and the responses you can feel are kind of tailored to you or your personality or, kind of how you operate. The one thing that I still don't understand yet, how they're going to navigate this, and I'm sure, if it's not being thought about, it will be. This is a heavily regulated industry, especially after 2008. So for non-bank related lenders like myself, we have to be licensed in every single state that we do business in, which means education every year, testing every year, right? We have to pay every year. I know that is an income stream, but how does that work with AI? Does it have to show that it's been given all that same education or update? What's the regulatory part that's going to come into that kind of locks down AI and keeps it on the same path that a human is on right now with making sure if you're using AI, it meets whatever the educational requirements are or changes to laws in the industry.
I think it's going to be far, far, far more efficient than us.
I think so too.
Because you can just feed it information, make sure it doesn't have some kind of training bias in one way. You can give it tests, certify it. And once you do it a single time, you don't have to retrain it like a human that forgets things. And you upload the new laws and regulations, and we'll just keep getting better and better. It's far more efficient than a human being.
For sure.
1,000 transactions in probably a few seconds versus a human that's limited to that human interaction.
So then it'll be, what I see on this is there's going to be an opportunity for anyone listening that is in that space to create an AI that is now compliant and meets whatever regulations are going to come. And that will be the provider. I have a feeling you'll see certain providers that are specific to industries that are heavily regulated, that have approved, coursework or training or whatever for AI, that people will start to trust. I know I'll remain compliant if I use XYZ company that is kind of geared around my industry. So I think you'll see opportunities for, companies, at least for a period of time, to pop up with things that are, compliant based on whatever future regulations come.
Yeah, it's like lawyers too. They're becoming so dependent on AI to go through all the cases. And again, they can be compliant. They can be compliant in all the laws and regulations.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one thing you touched upon, that's the human experience. And maybe you're right. Generationally, it will just fade away. I hope not.
I hope not too.
I like to talk to somebody.
I do too.
It's a wild thing. I don't think we've ever had historically a point in where it's just so uncertain what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You could always predict somewhat the trajectory of where humanity is going.
Yes.
At this point, we're reached like a event horizon where you literally don't know what's beyond.
Yeah.
And it could go 1,000 different
and
ways.
then you talk about, it's the wearables and implants and all these things, like it continues to, expand, put the human potential, right? But what does that look like? All of this, we're on a cliff and we have no idea what is at the bottom of that cliff or at the top. I look at it,
Yeah. One thing for certain, people will still need real estate.
They will. So you're going to have somewhere to live, right? You're going to need somewhere to live. That's for sure.